Hi, I'm John Moore, and today I'm going to talk to you about teaching yourself a new skill. I'm going to talk about it specifically within the context of playing guitar, which is a new skill I've decided to teach myself recently, but the overall framework should be something you could apply to any new skill you want to teach yourself. The first place is where to start, what resources to use. For guitar, but also for many other endeavors, I recommend two. The first one is a dummies book. Now that's not an insult. Dummies Guides are a series of books from Wiley Publishing in Hoboken, New Jersey, and there's a dummies book on almost every topic you can think of. Specifically for guitar, there's a general guitar, there's an acoustic guitar, and there's a beginning electric guitar. Any of those would be excellent to start, but if you want to start cooking, there's a cooking for dummies. If you want to learn how to play golf, there's golf for dummies. If you want to learn Russian, there's Russian for dummies. So go to the library, go to your bookstore, download it on your Kindle, start with a dummies book. The best thing about them is they don't assume any previous knowledge, but yet they're written in such a way that it'll allow you to go beyond just the raw beginner stage and into an advanced beginner or intermediate level before having to go get another resource. The second resource I recommend, again specifically for guitar, but also works for many other things, is YouTube. Guitar can be is very suited to visual learning. It's good to be able to see other people play and be able to copy what they do, and to see how their hands are working together and where they're putting their fingers and how they make the sounds that you want to make. There are tons of talented guitarists that have no outlet for their skill. They're not in bands, they don't have recording contracts. Luckily, these people record awesome lessons, almost any song you'd want to learn, and put them on YouTube that we can use to teach ourselves. So we have our basic resources. Now we need equipment. When you're buying gear for any hobby, there's three basic philosophies, right? You can go cheap, you can go really high end, or you can go middle of the road. Cheap is good, but the trouble with that is that you outgrow it really quickly and then you have to upgrade almost immediately anyway. High end is fine, but as we know, we don't always stay with everything we want to accomplish. I mean, we get tired of playing guitar or golf or cooking, and then we're stuck with thousands of dollars worth of equipment that we're never going to be use again, and we can have to sell it at a loss or give it to people, give it to our friends. I think the third way is better. You want to buy something that's quality. For a guitar, you probably have to spend $300 or $400 on a guitar and $100 to $200 on an amplifier if you're playing electric. But that's something that's going to stay with you beyond your beginner stage. So it'll be good enough that you won't have to upgrade right away. It'll be well made enough that you'll be able to progress and take yourself into that intermediate level. And it probably will be a guitar that you won't get rid of. You always want to have a cheaper guitar around for your drunken friends to play, or that you don't mind taking with you in the car and leaving in the heat. So spend the $304 up front, you won't be sorry. Now, we have our guitar, we have our book, we have YouTube, where to start. I think the key thing for guitar, as well as almost every other endeavor, is to realize that it's not really one skill that we're trying to teach ourselves, it's a multiplicity of skills, right? So you think about guitar, well, you're going to learn some chords, right? And then you're going to learn how to play a song. Or you're going to learn how to play a little riff, and so you're going to learn how to play the notes you need to play to make the riff. Well, you're really learning two things there, right? Because you have to learn what to do with your left hand. Well, you also have this hand. So you're going to have to play, are you going to play with your fingers, or are you going to play with a pick? How loud are you going to play? If you're going to play with a pick, how are you going to strum? If you're going to play with your fingers, how are you going to get them to work together to make the sounds you want? And how are you going to get the left hand and the right hand to work together? Well, that's just one example of the many other things you have to learn to teach yourself guitar. You also have to learn how to record yourself. So we know how to play a song now we want to put it on YouTube. Well, how best to get the sound from our guitar into the computer effectively and then to upload it to YouTube. Maybe you want to sing a song. Well, you might be able to sing and you might be able to play guitar, but doing those things at the same time is a completely different thing. And it's really something you have to work on a long time to be able to do effectively. Now you know how to sing, you know how to play, you know how to put your songs on YouTube. Maybe you want to get together and play with other people. How do you start and stop at the same time? How do you modulate your sound so no one person overwhelms the other person? Then, why do certain notes sound really well together? Or why do certain chords really seem to go to make really interesting sounds? Well, that's music theory. So then you're in a whole other world of things that you need to learn. And maybe you want to use more advanced recording techniques. Then you're going to have to learn new computer programs that you're going to need to learn to manipulate your sounds effectively. So really learning guitar is divided into like 10 to 20 different individual skills. So this ties into how we're going to practice. I would recommend using each individual practice session to develop along multiple paths. So today you might want to learn how to play a new chord. You might want to learn how to transition between a difficult passage in a song you're working on. You might want to practice singing along with a song you already know, and you might want to practice different ways of recording that song and manipulating the sound to get it to sound right when you upload it to the internet. So that would be a sample practice session. This allows you to develop on those multiple pathways without getting too far ahead in one and then lagging behind in another. And then, of course, the ultimate thing is you have to have fun while you're learning a skill. You're not doing this as a job. It's supposed to be fun, so reward yourself. And try to structure your rewards around the tasks that you're trying to learn. So if you're learning guitar, download some new songs. If you accomplish a difficult song that you wanted to learn, reward yourself by downloading a few songs. If you've really gained a major goal, buy yourself a new guitar. If you're teaching yourself how to cook, buy some new ingredients you've wanted to work with. If you're teaching yourself to play golf, play a round of golf at a special course that you've always wanted to play. So, always think about moving down all these paths at the same time, reward yourself, and have fun. And soon, you'll be beyond the beginner stage and into intermediate and beyond. I hope this helped. Thank you.